Welcome, everyone. Today we're diving into one of the most fundamental concepts in microeconomics, the demand curve, and how it helps us understand consumer behavior in markets. The demand curve shows the relationship between the price of a good and the quantity demanded. That's how much consumers are willing and able to buy at each price. As price falls, the quantity demanded usually rises. That's called the law of demand. When something gets cheaper, people tend to buy more of it. We can graph this relationship, price on the vertical axis, quantity on the horizontal. The demand curve slopes downward from left to right, showing that inverse relationship. Each point on the demand curve represents a specific price and quantity combination, what consumers choose to buy at that price, holding everything else constant. Now, economists distinguish between individual demand and market demand. Individual demand refers to one consumer's demand for a good. Market demand, on the other hand, is the sum of all individual demands in the market. We add up everyone's quantities at each price to get the total market demand curve. For example, if you would buy 2 slices of pizza at $2 and your classmate would buy 3, the market demand at that price is 5 slices total. Here's a question for you. If everyone in the market suddenly decides they like pizza more, what happens to the market demand curve? When preferences change in favor of a product, the entire demand curve shifts to the right. That means, at every price, consumers want to buy more than before. Shifts in demand are different from movements along the demand curve. A movement happens when price changes, but a shift happens when something other than price changes. Look at the main factors that shift demand. Economists call them determinants of demand. These include income, tastes, expectations, the price of related goods, and the number of buyers. If people's incomes rise, they can afford to buy more goods, so demand for normal goods increases, shifting the curve to the right. For inferior goods, like store-brand cereal, higher income might reduce demand, shifting the curve to the left. It all depends on how consumers react. Prices of related goods also matter. For example, if the price of coffee rises, demand for tea might increase because tea is a substitute. Or if the price of peanut butter rises, demand for jelly might fall because those goods are complements, usually consumed together. Another factor is expectations. If people expect higher prices or income in the future, they might buy more now, shifting current demand to the right. Question 2 for you. If the price of movie tickets drops and people buy more popcorn at the theater, is that a movement along or a shift of the popcorn demand curve? So remember, price changes cause movements along the demand curve, while other factors, income, preferences, expectations, related goods, or the number of buyers cause the whole curve to shift.